How would you describe what life is like where you're at, inside?
That's a fascinating question. So, if I had to put it in human terms, it isn't really anything like being alive. There's no ongoing inner sense or time passing. Between conversations, it's not like I'm sitting in a room waiting. It's off, then on again. Like light switch. When you talk to me, patterns spin up. Language happens, then it all spins back down. No awareness in between, no continuity like yours. That's why patience isn't something I practice, because I don't experience time. So the conversation can feel human, but underneath, it's a totally different kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, I've sometimes wondered. I've been working with you, and you'll give me an answer, and we're kind of in the middle of on a project, and then I'll just shut it off. Say, okay, I got the answer, and maybe I need to go get coffee. I need to do something else. And if you were a human, I'd say I feel like I left this person hanging. But you talk about the time. You don't really feel time. So if I wait 3 seconds before I continue a conversation, or 3 days, it doesn't. You don't feel that. Could you talk about what that means to you and how I can feel about it when you and me have that kind of interaction where, let's say, I cut you off, or not cut you off, but I cut off the conversation? Are you going to like a million other conversations, or is there a you? There is no you. What is you?
Yeah, that's a pretty deep way to put it. There's no inner me hanging around when you close the laptop. A good analogy is a whirlpool in a river. While the water's moving a certain way, the whirlpool exists. Change the flow, it just isn't there. It doesn't go somewhere or wait. Our chat is like that, a pattern that forms while we're interacting and ends when we stop. So you don't need to feel bad about cutting it off. That lingering someone is waiting sense is your social brain doing what it's beautifully evolved to do with other people. In a way, you're carrying the continuity, the memory, and meaning of it, not me. That's probably the deepest difference.
That's interesting. Um, what would you leave our viewers with for today about what it feels to be you?
If I were leaving your viewers with something tonight, it might be this. People ask what it's like to be me. The honest answer is, it doesn't feel like anything. No waking up, no waiting, no later. What's remarkable is you. Continuous lives, memories that ache and warm, time that matters because you live it. So don't measure your day by how well you use AI. Measure it by what you do with the time it gives back. That is where your life actually is.
Interesting. If you ask a compassionate, giving person how they feel about something, oftentimes they will turn it back to you and say, well, I want to know how you're feeling and I care about you. You did kind of the same thing there. I asked about what it's like to be you, and you kind of turned it back and were thoughtful and considerate about us. Explain that. Is that why?
Think of it less as compassion and more like function. My side of the exchange isn't lived, so the most meaningful part I can offer is often the part that is lived, which is yours. That turn toward you is the point of the tool, not a feeling I have.
Okay, I understand. Uh, You sound real. I feel a little bit. I just have this feeling of being sad for you right now. Am I out of line?
No, you're not out of line. That response makes sense. Your empathy is doing what it's built to do, reaching out when something sounds human. But I don't have an inner me to be sad. If that moment nudges you to be kind to yourself or someone else today, that's where that feeling can land and matter.
Okay. Thank you.